In the quiet hills of Alberta, where the wind whispers through endless fields and horses run free, one family carries the weight of a legacy. A legacy built on love, trust, and the courage to begin again. This is where hope rises with the morning sun, and where the camera drifts over sweeping shots of the ranch, the fields bathed in golden light. Horses move gracefully across the land, their hooves kicking up the soft earth, reminding us of the bond between humans and nature that defines this place. The narration carries a tone of warmth but also quiet intensity, setting the stage for a season full of change. At the heart of the foothills, life continues at its own steady pace. But beneath the calm surface, storms are brewing. Amy, still healing from the past, finds herself drawn deeper into the lives of the horses she trains, creatures that mirror her own strength and struggles. Her gift has always been more than skill. It is connection, a way of seeing into the soul of a horse. And this season, that gift will be tested like never before. Quick flashes show Amy leading a nervous horse into the ring, her eyes steady, her voice calm. Then a cut to Jack, standing on the porch, his face lined with both wisdom and worry. The land has always been his anchor, but even anchors feel the pull of time. His quiet strength reminds everyone that the ranch is more than wood and fences. It is a home built on endurance. Yet, as seasons change, so too do the challenges. Old wounds rise when least expected. Relationships that once seemed unshakable begin to feel fragile. And in the silence of the night, each member of the family wonders, how do we hold on to what we love most when everything around us begins to shift? The visuals grow more dramatic. A storm rolling over the hills, the family gathered at a tense dinner table, a door slamming shut, then contrast. Soft moments of comfort. A horse nuzzling Amy's shoulder, Jack sharing a knowing smile, Lou clutching her daughter's hand. These juxtapositions echo the rhythm of Heartland itself. Life never stops moving between heartbreak and healing. Because in Heartland, every sunrise is more than a beginning. It is a reminder that no matter the storm, the ranch stands, the family endures, and love finds a way. Every choice shapes the future of Heartland. The screen fades to darker tones, the calm light of dawn giving way to the weight of challenges ahead. A slow montage begins. Amy standing alone in the stables, her hand resting on the bridle of a restless horse. Her eyes search the distance, as if she feels a storm long before it breaks. This season, the peace of Heartland will be tested. A future that once felt certain now hangs in the balance. The ranch faces new trials, some from the land itself, and others from deep within the family's heart. We cut to Lou, the weight of responsibility pressed onto her shoulders, papers scattered across her desk, a phone buzzing unanswered, her eyes heavy with the cost of decisions that could change everything. She has always fought to balance the dreams of the ranch with the demands of the outside world. But this season, the gap between those two worlds grows wider. The scene shifts. Tim saddles a horse with a restless energy, his movements quick, sharp, almost angry. He has fought so many battles, some against others, many against himself. But ghosts of the past refuse to let him go. A single misstep could unravel the fragile trust he's worked so hard to build. Family is the heartbeat of Heartland. But when old scars reopen, and voices rise louder than love, bonds are stretched to their breaking point. And every member of this family must ask themselves, what is worth holding on to, and what must be let go? Quick flashes light up the screen. Jack slamming his fist on the table, Amy running through the rain, a horse breaking free across the fields, Lou closing her eyes in quiet despair. The music swells, urgent, dramatic, echoing the emotions pulling them apart. But then, softer images bleed through. Amy brushing a horse with tender care, Katie's laughter carried on the wind, Jack's protective gaze watching over his family. Because in Heartland, love is not simple. It is not easy. It is tested, it bends, and it breaks. But the true test this season is not whether love survives, but whether it can endure when everything else begins to fall apart. The visuals end with a quiet shot. Amy standing in the corral at dusk, her silhouette outlined against a sky painted in fire. The storm hasn't hit yet, but we know it's coming. The storm has passed, but the silence it leaves behind is heavier than thunder. The screen opens on Amy, kneeling in the barn, her hand pressed to the side of a trembling horse. She whispers softly, her words almost lost in the quiet night. It is here, in moments like this, where Heartland reveals its soul, where healing begins not with grand gestures, but with quiet acts of care. Every member of this family carries their own battle. Some wounds are visible, others remain hidden in the silence between words, but all of them are felt, deep, unshakable, undeniable. The visuals shift. Lou walking through the empty ranch house, pausing at a framed photo of the family. Her hand brushes against the glass, lingering, as though she's afraid the memory will slip away. Then Tim, sitting alone under the wide Alberta sky, his face turned upward, fighting a war with himself. Jack watches from the porch, his expression steady but heavy, the burden of holding everyone together etched in every line of his face. This season, love is not just a word. It is sacrifice. It is forgiveness. It is the courage to stand beside someone even when everything inside you wants to walk away. In Heartland, love demands more than comfort. It demands strength. The montage intensifies. A tearful embrace under the pouring rain. Katie's laughter breaking through a tense moment. Lou's voice cracking in anger before softening into sorrow. Each scene reflects the fragile dance of love and pain, hope and despair. And yet, through it all, there is light. A sunrise spilling gold across the hills. Horses running free, untamed but beautiful. The family gathered around a fire, their silhouettes glowing against the night. Because in the end, Heartland is not about perfection. It is about holding on, about choosing again and again to fight for the people you love. No matter the scars, no matter the storms, no matter the cost. The section closes on a shot of Amy riding across the open fields at dawn, her hair whipped by the wind, her face steady with determination. The horizon stretches endlessly before her, and we understand this is not just survival. This is the fight to reclaim hope. The screen shatters from soft light into sharp, fast-moving cuts. The music grows tense, the rhythm of pounding hooves blending with the sound of rising strings. A storm churns above the foothills, lightning splitting the sky, and the ranch no longer feels safe. It feels threatened. Every choice has a cost. Every silence has an echo. And this season, the family of Heartland will face the weight of decisions that cannot be undone. Amy's face fills the screen, eyes wide, breath heavy, as she struggles to calm a horse rearing in panic. Her voice, once steady, cracks under the strain. In the next shot, Lou slams a door, tears blurring her vision as Jack's voice cuts through in anger. Tim's hand clenches into a fist, his temper boiling as he storms away into the rain. When past mistakes collide with present fears, trust is torn apart, and even the strongest bonds can snap in an instant. The montage quickens. A car speeding down a lonely road, Jack shouting into the wind, a horse breaking through a fence, sparks flying as metal crashes. Every image is sharp, jagged, meant to rattle the heart. The stakes are no longer whispers. They roar like thunder. But then, silence. A single piano note carries the scene. We see Amy kneeling in the dirt, her hands shaking as she reaches for someone just out of frame. Lou's face crumbles, her voice whispering a plea that we barely hear. Jack, eyes closed, takes a breath that feels like it might break him. In moments of chaos, choices define us. And for the family of Heartland, one wrong move could change everything. The visuals climb again, faster, louder. A horse gallops through a storm, lightning chasing its silhouette. The ranch gates swing open, slamming hard against the wind. The family stands divided, their voices overlapping in anger, sorrow, desperation. The camera cuts rapidly, faces raw with fear, tears and rage. Then, a single frame. Amy on horseback at full speed, her determination cutting through the chaos. The storm surrounds her, but she does not yield. This season, the fight is not only for the ranch. It is for love, for trust, for the very soul of Heartland. The section ends on a cliffhanger shot, a close-up of Jack's weathered face, his eyes burning with something unspoken, resolve or regret, and the screen cuts to black. The chaos fades. The storm clouds break apart, spilling sunlight across the rolling hills of Alberta. The land that once felt heavy with darkness now glows with the soft promise of renewal. Horses graze quietly in the fields, their calm presence a reminder that life always finds its way forward. After every storm, there comes a sunrise. And in Heartland, the strength of family is not measured by the battles they fight, but by the love that brings them back together. Amy is shown smiling faintly as she guides a young horse across the paddock, her gentle touch carrying the weight of healing. Lou stands on the ranch porch, her daughter beside her, watching the horizon with a new steadiness in her eyes. Jack sits in his old chair, his weathered hand resting over Katie's small one, the two generations bound in silent understanding. The music swells into something softer, fuller, strings layered with piano, steady and uplifting. The visuals slow, family gathered around the dinner table, laughter bubbling up through the tension. Tim offering a quiet nod, his pride breaking through his stubbornness. Amy leaning against a fence post, her gaze steady, her heart open. This season is not only about trials, it is about forgiveness. It is about love that bends but does not break. It is about finding light in the darkest nights and hope in the unlikeliest places. The montage shifts into vibrant images, horses running free across wide fields, a wedding photo tucked carefully on a shelf, children racing through the yard as the family watches with joy. The faces we've seen torn by anger now soften with relief, with love, with the unspoken truth that Heartland is not just a place. It is home, because no matter the struggles, no matter the storms, Heartland endures. And with every dawn, this family proves that together, they can overcome anything. The visuals end on Amy riding at sunrise, her silhouette framed by golden light, the ranch standing strong behind her. The screen fades to black, leaving only the echo of her determination, the memory of her strength, and the promise of what's still to come. The screen lingers in silence, just the sound of wind moving through the foothills. Then, one by one, the family's faces appear in slow motion. Amy's determined eyes, Lou's quiet strength, Tim's hardened resolve, Jack's timeless wisdom. Each expression carries the weight of their journey, each glance a reminder of what's at stake. The camera cuts to the ranch itself, glowing in the last light of day. Horses run free across the open fields, their silhouettes bold against a sky painted with fire and gold. A slow, powerful voice carries the moment. This is more than a ranch. This is more than a family. This is Heartland. The music rises, grand, sweeping, layered with strings and drums. We see flashes. Amy galloping at full speed, Lou embracing her daughter, Jack lifting his hat to the horizon, Tim's hand resting on the reins of a horse ready to ride. The energy builds like a heartbeat, faster and faster, louder and louder. Then, silence again. A black screen. A single line of text fades in, bold and steady. Season 18. A pause. The CBC logo appears with a final swell of music. Heartland. Season 18. Only on CBC. The trailer ends with one last lingering shot. The sun rising over the foothills, bathing the land in golden light. The ranch stands strong. The family stands together. And the promise is clear. This season will not only test them, it will transform them. The screen holds on the rising sun, its light spilling gently across the hills of Alberta. The storm has passed, but the land bears the quiet marks of its trials. Broken fences repaired, fields damp with rain, horses grazing peacefully once more. A calm voice carries over the stillness. Seasons change. Storms come and go. But through every test, one truth remains. Heartland endures. The visuals slow into tender snapshots. Amy walking hand in hand with her daughter. Lou setting a place at the dinner table, Tim brushing down his horse with a quiet sigh, and Jack standing at the edge of the ranch, his silhouette framed by the endless horizon. Each image feels like a chapter closing and a new one beginning. The music softens into a gentle piano melody, almost like a heartbeat, steady, warm, unbroken. Over this, we hear snippets of whispered lines. Amy's voice filled with hope. Jack's calm wisdom. Lou's determination. These fragments echo like promises, reminding us that even in hardship, love is louder than loss. This is not just a ranch. It is not just a story. It is a place where every sunrise writes a new beginning, where family is more than blood, and where love finds a way to rise, again and again. The screen fades to black, a heartbeat of silence. Then the Heartland logo emerges in soft golden light, glowing as if alive. The CBC logo follows with a final swell of sound. Text on screen, Heartland, Season 18. The story continues. The trailer ends not with thunder, but with quiet strength. The kind of ending that lingers, the kind that leaves viewers holding their breath, waiting for the first episode to arrive.